Listen to this story. Yesterday, I went to the park. I saw a man. He was walking his dog. The dog was big. I went home. Did you feel anything? Probably not. It was a list of facts, not a story. The number one reason why many English conversations become boring is not because of bad grammar or a small vocabulary. It is because we tell stories like we are reading a shopping list. But what if you could take that same simple event and turn it into a story that makes people listen, laugh, and ask, what happened next? Welcome back to our series, English Conversations Masterclass. I'm your host, Scarlett. Today, we are learning the most important social skill of all, how to tell a great story in English. In this episode, we will turn this challenge into a simple, three-part formula for storytelling. First, we will learn how to build the skeleton of a story. Second, we will learn how to add color with vivid descriptions and feelings. And finally, for our language focus, we will master the use of transition words to create flow and suspense. Are you ready to become a captivating storyteller? A great story is not about using big words. It's about how you structure your ideas. Let's join our friends Leo and Mia as they talk about their weekend. Leo is going to tell a story, and we will see how it can be improved. Part 1. The skeleton. The what of the story. Our story begins in a cafe. Leo is telling Mia about something funny that happened to him yesterday. He is a little nervous, so he just states the facts in chronological order.
So, how was your weekend, Leo? Did you do anything fun?
It was... okay. A funny thing happened yesterday. I went to the new cafe on May Street. I bought a sandwich. I sat outside. A small dog came to my table. It stole my sandwich and it ran away.
Oh no, that's terrible. Was it a big sandwich?
Yeah, it was. I was very hungry.
Okay, let's analyze what just happened. Did Leo tell a story? Yes, he told us what happened. He gave us the sequence of events. This is what we call the skeleton of the story. It is the basic set of facts. I went, I bought, a dog came, it stole, it ran. This is the first and most essential part of any story. For a beginner, this is a great start. The grammar was correct, and the story was clear. But was it an interesting story? Not really. It felt like a police report. It had no emotion, no detail, no life. The conversation almost died. Mia didn't know what to ask next, except a simple question about the sandwich. To make a story great, we need to add the next layer. We have the bones of our story. Now it's time to add the flesh and the color. How do we make the listener feel what we felt? The secret is in the details and the descriptions. Let's rewind and see how Mia, a natural storyteller, might tell the exact same story. Part 2. Adding color. The how and why of the story. Let's imagine the roles are reversed. Now, Mia is telling Leo the same story about the sandwich. Notice how she uses descriptive words and phrases to paint a picture in his mind.
So, how was your weekend, Mia? Did you do anything fun?
Oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened to me. I decided to try that new cafe on Main Street, the one that has the beautiful blue door. I was so excited because I was starving, so I ordered this amazing turkey sandwich, which was packed with avocado and cheese.
That sounds delicious.
It was. I found a perfect little table outside where the sun was shining. I was so happy. I sat down and was about to take my first bite.
So, how was your weekend, Mia? Did you do anything fun?
Oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened to me. I decided to try that new cafe on Main Street, the one that has the beautiful blue door. I was so excited because I was starving. So I ordered this amazing turkey sandwich, which was packed with avocado and cheese.
That sounds delicious.
It was. I found a perfect little table outside where the sun was shining. I was so happy. I sat down and was about to take my first bite.
Let's pause right here. The skeleton of the story is the same, but it feels completely different, doesn't it? What did Mia do? She added color. She used vivid adjectives and adverbs, beautiful blue door, amazing turkey sandwich, perfect little table. She also told us how she was feeling. I was so excited. I was starving. I was so happy. This helps the listener connect with her emotionally. And did you notice the advanced grammar she used? She used the adjective clauses that we learned in a previous lesson. The cafe that has the beautiful blue door. The sandwich which was packed with avocado. The table where the sun was shining. These clauses add so much detail without needing to start a new sentence. This is how you take a simple story and make it rich and interesting. We have the skeleton and the color. Our story is good, but it's not great yet. It's missing one final magical ingredient, flow. How do we connect our sentences to create suspense and make the story feel like a movie? For that, we need special connecting words. Part 3. Creating flow and suspense. The connectors. Let's listen to the final part of Mia's story. She has set the scene perfectly. We can see the sandwich. We can feel her happiness. Now she delivers the main event.
So I was just about to take my first bite. Suddenly, this tiny little dog with huge, innocent eyes appeared next to my table. At first, I just smiled at it. It was so cute. Then, it put its little paws on my chair and looked at me.
Oh no, I know where this is going.
Exactly. Before I knew what was happening, it jumped onto the table, grabbed the entire sandwich in its mouth, and ran away as fast as lightning. I was just sitting there, feeling completely shocked, with my mouth open and no sandwich.
That's hilarious. What did you do?
Now that is a great story. The conversation didn't die. It came alive. Leo is laughing and asking a follow-up question. Why? Because Mia used our final ingredient, flow and suspense. She used transition words to guide the listener through the story. Words like suddenly, at first, then, and phrases like before I knew what was happening. These words are like the music in a movie. They build tension and tell the listener when something important is about to happen. She also used a simile to create a vivid image. As fast as lightning. And she used a participle clause to show her feelings and actions at the same time. Feeling completely shocked, I was just sitting there. These are the advanced tools that turn a simple sequence of events into a memorable and entertaining story, Leo. And Mia's conversation has shown us the 3 secret ingredients to great storytelling. Now, let's become master chefs ourselves and analyze the recipe. Part 4. Language. Focus first are 7 essential vocabulary words for storytelling. Our first word is narrative. A narrative is another word for a story, especially one that you write or tell. For example, a good speaker knows how to craft a compelling narrative. Our second word is chronological. Chronological means arranged in the order that the events happened. For example, Leo's first story was a simple chronological list of facts. Our third word is suspense. Suspense is a feeling of excitement or anxiety you have when you are waiting to find out what happens next. For example, transition words like suddenly help to build suspense. Next, we have vivid. Vivid means producing strong, clear images in your mind. For example, using good adjectives makes your descriptions more vivid. Our fifth word is to engage. To engage someone means to get their attention and keep them interested. For example, a good story will engage your listeners from beginning to end. The sixth word is transition. A transition is a change from one idea or part of a story to the next. For example, after that and in the end are useful transition words. And our final word is punchline. A punchline is the last few words of a joke or a funny story that makes it funny. For example, the punchline of Mia's story was that the cute little dog stole her entire sandwich. Now for our grammar focus. Transition. Words for storytelling. These are the words and phrases that give your story its flow and rhythm. Let's put them into 3 groups. Group 1, to start the story. You can use phrases like, it all started when, or yesterday, something funny happened. Group 2, to show the sequence of events. The most common are first, then, next, after that, and later. For a dramatic change, you use suddenly. Group 3, to end the story. You can use finally in the end, or eventually. Using these words is like giving your listener a map to follow your story. You've learned the 3-part formula for telling a great story. Build the skeleton, add color, and create flow. Now, it's time to practice. Part 5. Practice tips for the 4 skills for listening. Listen to a short story from a podcast like The Moth Radio Hour, or even a funny story from a late-night talk show. Pay attention to how the speaker builds suspense. Notice their use of transition words, pauses, and descriptive language. For speaking, this is your main workout. Think of a simple, funny, or surprising thing that happened to you this week. Go to your AI tutor. First, just tell the skeleton of the story. Then, try to tell it again, but this time, add color, adjectives, feelings, and flow, transition words. For reading, read a short, simple story for English learners online. As you read, take a highlighter and mark the different parts of the story. Highlight the skeleton, the main action verbs. Use a different color to highlight the color, the descriptive adjectives. And use a third color to highlight the flow, the transition words. And for writing, use your journal to write about your weekend. Your challenge is to not just list the facts, but to tell a small story about one event. Try to use at least 3 transition words and 2 vivid adjectives. Part 6. Your next action today. We have learned that being an interesting speaker is not a talent. It is a skill. You don't need a big vocabulary or perfect grammar to tell a great story. You just need to know the recipe. You now have the 3 secret ingredients: the skeleton of facts, the color of description, and the flow of transition words. As we conclude, let's quickly summarize our lesson today. We followed the story of Leo's stolen sandwich and saw how it could be transformed from a boring report into an engaging story by adding details, feelings, and connecting words. We also learned 7 essential vocabulary words for this topic. As a review, those words were narrative, chronological, suspense, vivid, to engage, transition, and punchline. Now, I have a final question for you. Think of a simple story. What is one transition word you can use to make it more exciting? Share your idea in the comments section below, If you are committed to making this mindset a part of your life, show your energy by smashing that like button. Be a hero for a friend by sharing this video with someone you know who wants to become a more interesting storyteller. And to lock in your commitment to learning, subscribe and smash that notification bell. You don't miss the next lesson in our Conversations Masterclass. Remember, you don't just have facts to share. You have stories to tell. Until next time, take care and happy learning.